Hey, what up, is Don?
Sammy Lee here.
Soul Brothers, of course, back up in it. This time with a performance review of a shoe that's not out yet, which is cool. Cool for us to do that. Bring you, some very, very early info on this, the UA Drive 4 Low.
Yes.
Okay, the Drive 4 regulars or the highs, whatever you want to call them, are already out. It's a great shoe. Good looking shoe, great price, and some cool colorways. I feel like, and so
And it's on Icon.
And it's on Icon. So shout out to UA for making a good shoe and improving on the Drive.
Also, shout out to them for sending these out.
Yes.
And sending us to the UCLA event.
So let's get it started with the traction. Traction is the same as the Drive 4.
Yes.
It's good. I really like it. It's not the best with dust.
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay.
Yeah, so...
But it's been biting in this white colorway, and we all know how outsoles can change up within colorways, but this one's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean you do have to break it in for like a few days because it's not that good. I mean, it is good, but once you break it in, it's really good. So on a clean court, it's gonna be really good. Dusty court, it's gonna be okay. I mean, it does pick up dust, but once you wipe, you do have a few good stops. And you're gonna have to wipe again, just like your typical basketball shoe. I just wish it didn't pick up as much dust.
Yeah.
But that's okay. And even outdoor use should be good too.
Yeah, for sure. These are very thick, jagged, durable looking lines. The rubber's hard.
Yes.
So traction is great.
Yes.
Midsole cushion. What are they doing here? They put a micro G in a carrier?
Yeah, so it's a EVA carrier and then it's micro G in the heel. I'm not sure what's in the forefoot, but pretty much it's stiff, responsive.
Yeah.
Court feel is good. Very responsive cushion. And I would say it's a little softer than the Kyries or the PG. So it's nothing bad there. A little bit better impact protection. So if you want response in your guard and you want a fast cushion, then this is the way to go, but not the best option for impact protection.
No, definitely not the best option for impact protection, but everywhere else it's pretty good, and that's cool to see.
I just don't like how there's so much compression marks. The EVA carrier.
Yeah, right.
I don't really like that, but whatever.
Yeah, that's more of an aesthetic thing, but it's something nonetheless. Moving on to the upper, they did switch it up quite a bit. Now this is the bulk of this performance review because this is where they really switched it up. They switched it up quite a lot,
Yes.
The material choices are different, the aesthetics are different. Obviously it's a low, and when I say low, it's super low. Too low for some. If you can look underneath this, it comes it's the lowest shoe I've ever seen. This will do a little bit on the side, but not a whole lot. It's pretty much a dumb low, as we like to call it. Bunch of synthetic in the forefoot, but it's actually pretty soft for a synthetic.
Yeah, even right when you get it, it's not even that stiff or anything.
Yeah.
It's a mesh and there's a synthetic overlay over it. Super soft, and it's also supportive, so I'm not really mad at it. And it's super thin in the forefoot, so it's actually a nice material. I'm not mad. And in the back, you have some it kind of reminds me of Anaphone.
Yeah.
But really, really thin one.
Really thin.
Super thin, but material choice, it's not bad. Not the most premium feeling in hand, but on foot it gets super soft. Yeah. And it's a good material choice, especially for the price that we don't know what the price is gonna be.
No, but it's probably gonna be cheaper than the highs, which are $115.
Yeah, which is super cheap.
So this is you're probably looking at $100 shoe or something.
Probably, yeah.
So that's stupid cheap. You got this external heel counter, which is a nice little touch. I kind of like how it's like a V shape.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So now moving on to fit. I went true to size, but I felt like it ran a little long. On the highs I went true to size. I was fine with that. But this it feels like to me it runs a little long. So if you can go down half a size, width-wise, I would say it's more of a normal width. So if you're a wide footer, it should be okay. Not the most narrowest fits I've ever felt like. Most shoes are really narrow this year, right? I think came out. But
the thing about the width for me as a narrow footer, when I come in, it doesn't feel like crazy wide until you crank the laces down.
Yes.
Right, and then for this shoe, to get a nice fit, you want it to be really cranked down.
Exactly.
Okay, because for whatever reason, but once you do that, the lockdown and everything's great, which we'll get to. But as a narrow footer, I ended up putting and adding an insole, and that brought me a little wider, and that was cool. But there's a decent amount of toe room in the forefoot.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
So when you crank the laces down, like what I need to do, it starts to wrinkle. You know, you're strangling the upper up a little bit. So you know, but wide footers should be totally good.
Yeah, and if you don't like that toe space, you can just put an insole in if you would like. Yeah. You know, like what Donnie Boy did. So
yeah,
fit was not the best. Moving on to support. Support was okay. For me personally, I don't really like what they did here. Like with this, it's really weird what they did. It's the inner booty goes really low, and then the outer material, which is super thin, goes over it, and it's kind of like a mid cut. And this really thin material at first dug into my ankle and really hurt pretty bad, and I was bleeding. But
really?
and after breaking it in, it got a little bit better, and it's not as noticeable, but at first it was annoying. And I didn't really have heel slippage or anything like that, but I did feel like my ankle or foot wanted to move out like this way. I've never felt that before, but I felt like it was moving out this way. And because of that, my arch was, I guess, like trying to compensate or something, and my arch would hurt really bad. Right. And I've never really had that feeling where I don't really have arch support issues or anything, but it hurt playing in this shoe for me.
Right.
So I don't know about the Donnie Boy didn't have any of these issues, but for me it was kind of a problem. So just wanted to tell you guys.
Yeah, didn't really experience any of that. Support felt good for me, you know, laterally and everything where there is material. Obviously, where there's not, you're not getting any ankle support, which is cool. I mean, which is not cool.
Which is cool.
You know, but I guess it's cool for some. I don't like my ankle to be super...
There's a serrated outrigger edge.
Yeah, a little serrated outrigger edge if you want to chop somebody up.
Yeah.
So that's it as far as lockdown goes and support. Did we do lockdown for a second? We did. Yeah. Lockdown was good.
Lockdown was good. You just have to crank down the laces really hard, you know?
Yeah, I did like my normal tightening. And I went out and played, and I just felt like I was sliding around. And I was like, what? I was not into it. Cranked them down, and it totally alleviated that, which was cool. But at the expense of wrinkling up my upper, you know what I mean? Which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Yeah. So let's weigh these out. They do not feel super heavy on the foot.
No, they feel super light, and they are super light. 11.25 ounces.
That's a light.
It's a super light shoe. Does it feel light? Yes. Materials are thin. Responsive cushion. Traction is really good. So, you know, good job to UA on that part.
Yep. Durability also should be good in this shoe.
Yes.
Seems like a well put together shoe. Definitely playable outdoors. Should last a long time indoors because of the strong materials they use. So that's good too.
Yes.
Ventilation, I wasn't really hot.
No.
Kind of normal.
Like, ventilation isn't good as in like airflow, but it wasn't super hot.
Yeah. And it's, you know, like we keep saying, super low, and that helps ventilation as well.
Yes.
Aesthetically, what do you guys think about this UCLA Collabo colorway? I mean, this is a full-on. I don't know if this is like a friends and family release, but we got these. It's kind of dope. It says UCLA on there. I'm not sure they're gonna release these at all.
I like the aesthetic of it. It looks pretty dope.
I think it's a dope looking shoe.
I just don't like the mid cut too much. I wish they would have put a little bit of a dip
like
here.
Like a curve, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, other than that, it looks dope.
Yeah, I can't wait for some more colorways to come out also. I guess let's just wrap it up. We don't know the price yet. It's probably going to be somewhere around $100, a budget model. And for a budget model, you know, I'm not really mad.
Yeah, they were nice. They were nice to play in. It's just the fit that was kind of annoying, and that problem I had with this. But other than that, it's a really nice shoe. What I would have done to change it is, you know, put the inner booty so that there's more material, and then cut down this thin material a little bit. So it would just be a normal, regular cut. I really don't understand the design of this, but...
Yeah, I really like them. I do think that they could have done that a little bit better for certain people that are going to feel that. And I feel like the fit could have been a little better.
Yes.
For sure. You know, it didn't have that, like, sliding into the Curry 2 feel.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but nonetheless, a very good shoe. And we thank Under Armour for sending them out. That's our honest opinion on the UA Drive 4 Low. It's a cop, you know, if you want to get them when they come out, it's a dope shoe. That's it. Soul Brothers, we'll catch you in the next one later. Thanks.